Have you ever felt an unexplainable connection to music? A magnetic pull toward instruments, melodies, or rhythms that feels almost like it's etched into your soul? Sometimes this feeling goes beyond a simple love for music. It's a deep, intrinsic connection that seems to transcend time. What if this connection isn't just something tied to this life? What if you were a musician in a past life, and that part of you is still alive in the present? Today, we're diving into 7 compelling signs that might suggest your soul has a history in music, possibly as a musician in a previous existence. We'll also look at the science behind these experiences, blending metaphysical ideas with research-backed psychology. Let's dive in. Sign 1. You have an instant connection with music. Music is a universal language, and when we hear certain sounds or melodies, something profound happens in our brains. Research in neuroscience has shown that music activates brain regions involved in emotions, memory, and reward systems, sometimes all at once. This is why a single song can transport us back in time or bring up deeply personal memories. If you find that music affects you in a way that feels like it goes beyond the present moment, like the first time you heard a song or the rush of a melody, it could be a sign that you have a connection to a past life. In fact, some studies suggest that music has the ability to resonate with the subconscious mind. The melody may trigger memories from a past life when you were immersed in music. Perhaps you were a composer, a performer, or simply someone whose soul had a deep affinity for musical expression. 2. You're naturally drawn to instruments. Imagine picking up an instrument for the first time and suddenly knowing exactly how to play it. Your fingers glide across the keys, strings, or drum pads with an effortless rhythm. If this resonates with you, it might suggest that your previous soul experiences were filled with music. Many people describe a feeling of muscle memory when playing certain instruments. However, it could be more than just biological memory. Research suggests that muscle memory allows us to perform specific tasks without conscious effort, often through repetitive actions. If you find yourself excelling at playing an instrument almost instantly, your body might be remembering movements from a time when you were a musician. This could be a manifestation of cellular memory, a theory that the body retains and recalls the knowledge and experiences accumulated over lifetimes. Think of it this way. If you have a natural knack for playing a complex piece of music after only a few attempts, it could be your past life self coming through, guiding your fingers to perform as they once did. Sign number 3. You experience déjà vu while playing or listening to music. Déjà vu, the phenomenon of feeling like you've experienced something before, is often associated with past life memories. It's as though your brain has tapped into something familiar, even though it's happening for the first time in this life. In the context of music, déjà vu can be particularly powerful. You may hear a song or a melody and feel like you've heard it before, even if it's the first time in this life. Neuroscientists have proposed that déjà vu is a result of our brain's neural pathways misfiring, causing a feeling of familiarity with a situation. But what if it's not just a glitch in the brain's wiring? Some past life theorists suggest that when we experience déjà vu while listening to music, it's because we've lived through that music before in a different time, whether as a performer, a listener, or a composer. Next time you experience that strange familiarity when hearing a song, pay attention to the emotions it evokes. Could it be a past life connection that you're picking up on, buried in your subconscious mind? Sign 4. You have a natural sense of rhythm and harmony. Rhythm and harmony are foundational elements of music. Some people have an innate sense of timing or a natural ability to recognize harmonic patterns without any formal training. If you've ever found yourself instinctively knowing when to clap, when the beat will drop, or how to harmonize with a song, it could be a sign that your previous lives were steeped in musical knowledge. From a scientific standpoint, rhythm and harmony are processed by different areas of the brain, such as the auditory cortex and the cerebellum. These regions are involved in understanding the timing of sounds and the relationships between different tones. However, if you find that you excel at these musical aspects without effort, it might indicate that you've lived many lives in musical environments. Your soul may have been trained to recognize musical patterns and rhythms, which now manifest in your present life. For example, people with perfect pitch, an ability to identify or recreate a musical note without a reference tone, may have developed this ability over multiple lifetimes, honing their ear for musical detail in each existence. 5. You're emotionally moved by music in unexplainable ways. One of the most profound ways music connects us to our inner selves is through emotions. Neuroscientific research suggests that when we listen to music, our brains release dopamine, a neurotransmitter responsible for feelings of pleasure and reward. However, some people experience much more intense emotional responses to music. They may cry, feel joy, or experience deep nostalgia from a particular melody, as if the music is tapping into something much older than their current experiences. For those who believe in past lives, this deep emotional connection may be the soul's way of reconnecting with experiences it has had in previous incarnations. Music is known to trigger emotional memories, sometimes ones that we've long forgotten. The song that makes you feel as though you're reliving a specific moment could be tied to a moment in your past life, when music was a major part of your existence. 6. You've been drawn to musical cultures or genres. Certain genres of music can seem to call to you in ways that feel beyond the ordinary. Whether it's classical, jazz, or traditional folk music from distant cultures, you might feel an inexplicable connection to a particular style of music. This could be a clue that in a past life, you were involved in those musical traditions, whether as a composer, musician, or lover of that sound. Research into music and culture suggests that certain musical elements, such as scale patterns or rhythms, are tied to specific cultural histories. If you find yourself drawn to the music of a particular place or era, it could be because your soul was once part of that culture. Your connection to those musical styles may transcend your current life and reflect a deep-rooted bond formed in a past life. 7. You've dreamed of musical performances or concerts. Dreams have long been associated with memories, both from this life and possibly from past lives. Many musicians report vivid dreams in which they are performing on stage or composing music, feeling the connection to an audience or the joy of creating something beautiful. These dreams can be a sign that your soul is reconnecting with a past life where music was central to your identity. The brain processes dreams in the same areas that handle long-term memory. If you've had dreams of performing or composing, it could be your subconscious mind recalling experiences from a time when you lived as a musician. These vivid dreams might offer insight into your past life, where music was more than just a hobby. It was an essential part of who you were. So there you have it. 7 signs that you might have been a musician in a past life. Whether it's your uncanny ability to play instruments, the déjà vu you feel when listening to certain songs, or the deep emotional connection music evokes in you, these signs could indicate that your soul has been immersed in music across lifetimes. While science can explain many of the phenomena we experience with music, past life theories suggest that our musicality might go beyond this current existence. Perhaps music is not just something we enjoy, it's something we've been connected to for much longer than we realize.